Hello, hello. Happy Thursday. Happy snowy. Um, but how is everybody today? Because we're forgetting about the snow. Spring is coming. I know it is. At some point it will be here. But we have a new bundle. It is a doormat bundle. Sorry for hitting the table and shaking there. It's a new bundle. It just came out. It has 34 SVGs in it and 5 mock-ups, which is great for playing around, for making some doormats, some gifts, some spring gifts, changing the house, freshening it up, making some garden flags. It doesn't just have to be for a doormat. You can use it for garden flags. You can make a sign with them. So just because it says doormat doesn't mean it has to go on one. However, we are going to do a doormat today, and I've put some blood, sweat, and tears into getting this ready for today. I've had a doormat sitting around for months, figuring out what I wanted to do with it. So when this came up, perfect timing. Now, there's a couple different ways that you can get the doormat. You can use stencil, Oracal 630, not 631, I'm sorry, just the Oracal stencil material, 811 or 813, I believe it is. You can use Oracal 651. Now this is on doormats, and I'm not gonna flip my doormat up right now to show you, and you'll see why in a minute. For doormats, you can use 651. It's cheap enough. If you can get a roll of it or even sheets to piece it together, you can weed it, do your design, weed it out. Now remember, when we're doing stencils, we weed opposite of what we normally would. Normally we would leave the centers of the letters, excuse me, we would take all of that out. When we're doing stenciling, you leave those in. Hold on one second. Sorry. So when you do the opposite, we're going to do the opposite. When you weed a stencil, you leave the centers and you weed out the positive instead of the negative. So you would weed your Oracal, and then you would place it on your doormat. The trick to get it to stick is to heat it up with a blow dryer. I have not done that because, I don't know if you guys looked at my hair. I don't have a blow dryer in this house. So that kind of threw that out the window to use. You can use the stenciling material. You can use, I'll cover up the name of it, freezer paper. And I have a huge roll of it. Funny thing is, I bought the freezer paper so that I could do felt flowers on the Cameo 3 as like a stabilizer. Cameo 4, I don't have to do that. So I have all this freezer paper now. But I cut it out in freezer paper, put it on my doormat. The way that you get it to stick is with an iron, or, it's a little small, but it worked. And I've been kind of just pressing it down. I'm going to flip you guys down so you can see. But I have a question, so start thinking about this and let me know. Black or blue? Like this, I don't know what color it is, deep sea. They're just satin paints. I thought this was a last minute choice. But I've got the black, I have teal, or whichever. But when you see it, it's just a welcome to our home with a little heart and a line design. And we're gonna do this together. I am not a stenciler, I'm not a stippler, I'm not a painter. We'll see how this goes. I did pick up just a flat stippling brush from Michael's, and you pounce. You just have to pounce with very little paint on. So we're gonna put the paint on, dip it on, and then you're gonna basically almost have it all off. And then we're gonna just stipple around our design. So here's what I've done. And I know it's upside down and backwards. I can turn it for you this way so that you guys can see it at least right side up. Now, I laid it down. I put the center pieces of the letters in after I pulled it all off, because it's a little easier to do that. And then when you heat this up, the freezer paper, because I cut it shiny side up, I've seen cut it shiny side down. I had a brand new mat and I kind of didn't want the residue on it, which it could work. I only had the one mat, so I kind of didn't want to chance it, but it worked fine. The blade settings I used was blade of 2, force of 3, speed of 3 to cut this out. And because I did not have a 12 by 24 mat, I did tape 2 12 by 12 mats together and then just put out the vinyl. Or I'm sorry, the vinyl. I'm so used to working with vinyl. The freezer paper. So, teal or black? Anybody? Because once we start this, that's it. I have one brush. One. But again, these can be used, these files. I think I'm going to stick with black. Just because I think I'm hoping it will soak in better. So I'm not going to use a lot. As you can see. I think you guys can see that. And I'm going to get most of the paint off. Make sure I have it on all of the brush. Here we go. And I'm just going to go around. And you have to do quite a few passes of this. So I will probably not keep you guys on, but I will share pictures later of it done in hopes that it comes out. But this bundle is a great way to just freshen up your house. You know, spring's coming. These make great hostess gifts if you've got somebody who's moving into a new house, if they just got married, gifts like that. You can also use, from what I've read and I've seen, flax seal paint. I believe it's like a paint, and it's supposed to be really good for the doormats. You can spray this after you're done to kind of seal it. But again, I'm just using an acrylic paint. And just pounce, pounce, pounce. Now, because we heated this up, it's sticking, and the inside of my letters are not, thankfully, going anywhere. I can shut off my mini right now. But again, you can use a household iron. You can use an easy press if you have it, a bigger one. I don't think I would put this on my heat press, but you probably could if that was your last resort. And again, I'm going to do a few passes with this. Kelly says, you vote for black. Thanks, Kelly. Have you made any of these? Has anybody made doormats? I think that they're a great idea. They're so fun. I know, like, well, we don't have an IKEA close by, but IKEA's got some great blank mats from what I've seen out there. In this bundle, there's some funny ones. There's some really cute doormats that would be great gifts. Again, you know, end of the year's coming too. These would be, you know, depending on how well you know your teachers, birthdays, new home, lots of reasons to give these out for gifts. And these are things like, don't usually think about giving when you're looking for a gift for somebody, or, you know, even for yourself. You want to freshen up the outside of your door. There's a really cute file in here that's got some flip-flops that say welcome, and you can have them for, you know, however many people you have in your family. That was going to be my go-to if I could not get this to work today, but we have it and we're going to go with it. But you could even do that on here and do the flip-flops in different colors. Get some good, you know, bunch of different acrylic paints. Again, I'm just using acrylic craft paint for this. And again, I'm going to do a few passes on this, let it dry, come back, do another one, just so that you can get a good solid color going on it. But you should check out the bundle if you haven't. There's some fun ones. Garden flags, signs. Like this would look great. This file here would look really cute on a wood sign, I think, for your walls or your house. It doesn't just have to be for a doormat, but that's what these were focused for. So that's what we're going to do with it. And I'm hoping that I can finally put this mat out, because as I said, I've had it for quite a while. And we actually have quite a few bundles out. If you have not checked them out. Oh, another use for these, our Glowforge friends. I just thought about that. These would be great for signs with the Glowforge. If you guys have not seen or heard of the Glowforge, oh my word, go look it up. It is a laser cutter, and you can cut out different shapes out of different mediums. You can use acrylics, you can use woods. So this bundle would be, I think, great for the Glowforge. And if you do use it, please make sure that you tag us on social media, because we love to see what people do with our files. The designers love to see people using their files, and it's a great way to share different ideas of how people use them. I may just leave it at this and pull it off so that we could see, because I think I've got as dark as I'm going to get it. And I don't want to do too much because I'm afraid I'll have it bleed under. Because I am famous for that when I'm painting and doing crafts of the sort. So, like, this is like wood signs for me. Do you guys like doing, my favorite medium, I think, though, to work with is heat transfer vinyl. That is my favorite one to work with. So, I think we're just going to try it. Let's try it and see. Keep your fingers crossed, people. And I did layer it down, or tape it down. It worked. Okay. So, again, I'm going to take this. Don't want to forget about the centers. It could be a little darker. You could take a Sharpie too, is what I've seen or heard that people could do, is to take a Sharpie and go over it, make it a little darker. You could do the outline of them and do it that way. But this works. I'm so excited. Such a cute file. This one's so simple and it kind of just goes with everything. Now I have paint all over my fingers. but that's okay. This was worth it. So cute, right? Easy, quick. That's a really pretty one. So go check out the doormat bundle. I'll hold it up. Go make some doormats. Make sure you guys tag us on social media so that we can see what all you're doing. And have a great rest of your week. Happy Valentine's Day tomorrow. Hopefully you all have your Valentine's Day's gifts done, cards, kid stuff. If not, check out files because, well, if you're out here, it's snowing and stuff. Today's a great day to get them done before your kids go back to school tomorrow. So have a great day and we'll see you soon. Bye.